Hey everyone, this is probably going to be a really short video, but I've been meaning to do this for a couple weeks. Recently a South Park episode aired, which was about Asperger syndrome, and I've been seeing a lot of mentioning of Asperger syndrome in the media lately. Um, I think I was going to do another video focused solely on how Aspies are portrayed in the media, but I only know because I work at a TV station. I don't really watch a lot of TV, but I know the show Parenthood on NBC has a character who is an Aspie, and I guess obviously it's started to gain more awareness in the public eye because the South Park creators made an episode of it, so I thought I'd just give my thoughts on it. First off, anybody who was offended by the episode really should not be. I mean, for one, it's South Park, and, like the disclaimer at the beginning of the episode says, you can't take that show seriously as far as, because South Park relies solely on stereotypes, and they use stereotypes and, use it as a tool for comedy, and, anyone who's offended by it has probably missed the point entirely. Um, so, don't be offended by uh, any episode of South Park because, I don't think it was meant to offend. I think the sole purpose of the creators was just to invoke laughter and not necessarily to make people angry, or at least I don't think that's the main intent. There could be a few exceptions, but, I've found the show funny for years. But anyway, they kind of poke fun at the name, obviously. Um, I don't know, it didn't really have any effect on me because I've heard it so many times before. I mean, I tell people I have Asperger's, and the first thing they're inclined to say is like, ha ha ha, Asperger's. And, I've heard it a million times, and they think they're being funny and clever, but I think we all know that it's tired and has run its course as a joke, and, I think it was actually mentioned in the episode that the name itself is just a really cruel name to give to people who have it, but, they probably just don't realize that it's a person's last name. Um, and that might not even be the correct pronunciation of it. I mean, I've heard different pronunciations like Asperger's and things like that, but I always end up saying Asperger's because I don't know. I guess that's just what I've heard the most. But anyway, they do acknowledge that the name is kind of a bad name to have as a condition, and the whole gag pretty much is the name itself, but something I thought that was funny was it was actually a continuation of the, I guess, cliffhanger ending at the end of the first half of this season, where I think Stan begins to see the world as just nothing but crap. And I found that funny because, with me at least, it's at least partially true, because I mentioned in an earlier video that my interests are just so narrow that everything else just seems to be, it either comes off as dumb or irrelevant or, you know, trivial or mundane. But yeah, I guess to an extent it is kind of accurate. A lot of things I just don't care about, and other things do uh, come off as crap. I mean, most movies today are absolutely terrible, and I think even neurotypicals will admit that, or at least some of them. Most movies today suck, and television is horrible. I mean, I pretty much only watch uh, Animal Planet or Nat Geo or Discovery or History, uh, and I can't right now because I don't even have cable. But you know, when I do watch TV, that's usually what I end up watching because most things just really suck. And you know, and the same can be said with mainstream music. Um, and this is just my opinion. Music just seems really monotonous and manufactured, like there's not a lot of innovation. So, I mean, my music interests are primarily like underground artists, um, but just my personal preference. But I'm curious to know if you all think that the South Park portrayal of Aspies was somewhat accurate in that uh, everyone and everything just seems like a big pile of crap. Because I think it's kind of accurate personally. And I'm not trying to come off as, overly condescending, but, I gotta be truthful. And that's just kind of how I see the world. But, you know, anyway, as far as the episode goes, um, I liked the part about the serum being a big bottle of Jack Daniels, um, which, is also very funny and ironic considering that I live in a college town and everyone seems to be wasted all the time and just like really loud and stupid. And at the same time, they appear to really enjoy these things that I don't enjoy. And I doubt it's because they're drunk. They probably just enjoy it on general principle, which I don't. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let me know what you think of that episode, and if you think that it's at least somewhat of an accurate portrayal of Aspies. And I will talk to you later.